Hi there, my name is Pyry Kivisaari and I would like to share with you our work on self-consistent electro-optical simulations. In our group, we are interested in optical resonators such as the double diode structure here that we use to study electroluminescent cooling, and also thin film and ultra-thin solar cells. Both of these device concepts share the need to solve photon and charge carrier transport fully self-consistently. Especially, we want to account for interference effects through solving Maxwell's equations and for diffractive effects, for example, in the case of textured surfaces. Since this is a poster presentation and I have a very limited amount of time, I'm just going to quickly flash the equations we're solving numerically and self-consistently. On the left here, we have the interference extended radiative transfer equation that was introduced in this paper. This equation looks a bit like the conventional radiative transfer equation, but through these separately calculated damping and scattering coefficients that depend on position, direction, and frequency, this equation actually provides a rigorous solution to Maxwell's equations in planar devices. What is more, through the source term here that depends on the quasi-Fermi levels, this equation is straightforward to solve self-consistently with the conventional drift diffusion model of charge carrier dynamics. From this self-consistent solution, we then get also a net recombination generation rate throughout the whole device. This is one of the first new results we got using this model. This image shows the net recombination generation rate of this gallium arsenide solar cell under illumination with the solar generation rate subtracted. These rates are plotted as a function of position and energy for TE modes and TM modes, and here is also the total rate. Here, the yellow color corresponds to emission and blue color corresponds to absorption. This result indicates that as most of the solar light is absorbed here, close to the top contact, the resulting spatial imbalance in electron hole densities creates this kind of a net photon recycling effect inside the solar cell. This would be impossible to see without a fully self-consistent model. Last, here we have some of our very recent results. Here we have simulated this ultra-thin film solar cell under illumination. And here we compare conventional radiative transfer, interference radiative transfer that I just presented, and conventional radiative transfer with diffusive rear contact reflection here at the textured rear contact. Here we see that by accounting for diffusive scattering at the rear contact, we can reproduce the experimental results that are in favor of textured rear contacts in ultra-thin solar cells. And this is due to a larger solar generation rate here that we get thanks to the diffusive scattering of light at the textured rear contact. At this point, I'm happy to take comments and questions, and my contact information is also repeated here just in case. Thanks very much for listening.